welcome to Miss Crafts Let's Layer. I am Barbie, and I am here real fast to let you guys know that I am starting a new series this week, starting on Monday. It is going to be all about the basics of crochet. So if you are also looking for other crafts, I understand I will be getting there soon, but I am going to tackle the beginnings of crochet first. That being said, I also wanted to get on here and let everyone know that gatekeepers and yarn snobs are not my thing. Not everybody who is starting out a new craft wants to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on supplies when they can get away with easily spending under 10, maybe 15, maybe 20, depending on their budget, but they don't need to spend $300 on 1 ounce of yarn. So that being said, you're going to be seeing a lot of acrylic being shown in the following videos. That's because the fact that I see it as being more beginner friendly. Also, I don't have this vast budget right now for a whole bunch of fun yarn. And I'm not saying that acrylic is not fun, because it can be, I want to say that this one's acrylic. Yes, it can be quite vibrant and quite pretty. Also, I don't care, and I'll show you this in crochet. I do not care if you are a knife hold like me or a pencil hold. Pencil hold, I personally couldn't get a hold of. I couldn't catch it. I was so used to already had been knife hold for probably a good 10-15 years before I realized that you could actually be pencil hold. And so I tried it, and it did not seem to make sense to me. That being said, if you are a pencil hold, that is fine. My main goal is to get you making the stitches correctly. If it's more comfortable for you to do knife hold, do knife hold. If it's more comfortable for you to do pencil, do pencil. You do you, boo. Just saying. So yes, so you're going to be seeing acrylic yarn, and you're going to be seeing knife hold. So if this is something that is going to rub you the wrong way, then you might not want to watch my videos. Anywho, so I am, like I said, I am going to be starting off with crochet, working my way. There is going to be this first video is all going to be yarn. So this is going to be available, and this is going to be useful for any fiber artists out there. So if you want to watch that, if you are a knitter or you're interested in knitting, I am planning on starting my knitting basics as soon as I get my crochet basics done and set and over and taken care of. Also, my crochet basics is not all you're going to be seeing. I am going to be tackling more advanced stitches, and pretty much a lot of the stitches that are going to be part of any patterns that I have either done or am doing. I'm kind of working on a very advanced, is where I would put it, pattern, which is going to be using a lot of crazy, and I think in some ways new to crochet stitches and stitch patterns. So this is going to be the start of the series. It is definitely not going to be all of the crochet I will ever tackle, but we're going to get the basics down first, and then we'll move on to that. So if you are new to my channel here, go ahead and subscribe so you do not miss any of this fun stuff. And again, if you are looking for another craft, that's going to be coming up down the road. and probably not too far down the road. By this summer, I'm hoping to have tackled the beginnings of all of the different crafts that I do. So it's going to be a fun ride. And if you have any sort of questions, at the end of this basics series for crochet, I am going to be answering crochet questions. If you have any knitting questions, feel free. I will probably be doing if I have enough knitting questions, I will be tackling the knitting questions at the beginning of the knit basics, if that makes sense. Just so that way I can get them tackled. So comment any questions that you have, and I will be sure to answer them in my questions and answers. Thank you!